So welcome to Nakara Villas and Glamping, or what will become glamping. Now this is actually only day 5. This is Tuesday the 3rd of August. Last Thursday, Shanna and I, we went to the bank and transferred the 30% deposit for our first 2 dome tents, and that was the start of the project. Now even though this is only day 5, I think you can see that there's already an awful lot happening and is happening, and we're moving at an incredible pace. A very surprising pace actually, but at the moment you can see that in the background you can see that there's a digger. I don't know why, or maybe it's just me, but I find it incredibly exciting whenever a big digger turns up and starts digging our garden away. But that digger at the moment is building the holes in which we will put the foundations for the dome decks. Now I'm going to show you in this video where we are, what are the things that are happening. I'm also just going to spend a little bit of time talking about the vision, so if you're interested in following us, you can see how much, if at all, the vision and the reality divert. But so far we're feeling pretty good. We're under budget and we're well ahead of where we thought we would be in timing. So day 5, everything good. So this is day 5, Tuesday the 3rd of August, and already, even though it's only day 5, there's an awful lot happening. So the first thing that happened this morning was 5 cubic meters of gravel and 5 cubic meters of sand turned up. These just came in the back of pickup trucks, and they dumped them here. A lot of noise and commotion because they arrived much earlier than we thought they did. I'm not 100% convinced that the end of our driveway was the best place to put this, because I think it's going to be a bit of a mess in our driveway for us to clean up. But I was told by the workers they didn't really want to have to carry it any further than from here to the building site, and any more distance would have been a bit much for them. So I guess it is what it is, but it's here. So 5 cubic meters of gravel, 5 cubic meters of sand, and these will be mainly, I hope, used for making concrete for the foundations and for the decks. Also arrived today was this quite big truck. This is quite a big truck as well. And from this truck we have got, you see my cycles up there, we have got 50 bags of cement, which is what we're going to use, turn this into concrete, use this for the foundations. One of the things I really feel for all our workers is there is quite a big distance between here and where everything's going to get built. So it's an awful lot of carrying that's got to be done. It's literally, just to get to the edge of the rice field is 50 meters. You can see our path is a bit messy because we haven't been putting weed killer on. So this is, each of those bags of cement has got, for everything has got to be carried this way. We did put some extra money into the labor to compensate them. But here we go. This is where it starts. This is the other thing that I really felt sorry. They gave the entire job yesterday to one guy to carry all the column posts over. So these are concrete posts. We just went to the shop around the corner and bought these. They're not expensive at all. I think they're about 150 baht or something each. Normally they're used for fences. So you can see if you look, you can see they all come with holes up and down. And that's mainly because they're used for fields to put, you stick these in and then you link them together with barbed wire, and that's your fence to keep your animals in. We're going to use these as posts for the walkway. So we have about 50 meters of walkway that we need to build across the rice field. This is really increasing the cost of the project, but at the same time we hope it's going to be a really big sort of part of the experience. Now our field at the moment doesn't look very interesting or very beautiful, but the plan is we're going to plant sunflowers here. So for at least 3 or 4 weeks of the year It should be absolutely stunning when you're sitting in the dome and you're looking at all these yellow faces of the sunflowers pointing at you. So that's the vision of what this will look like. But obviously we've got a lot of weeding, a lot of planting to do. Much more interesting and exciting is the Rebar Factory here. Now these gentlemen here are doing a fantastic job. This, by the way, in the near future, is going to be the car park. So we're not going to lose the trees or the bushes. We're going to dig them up and replant them because we don't want to lose nature. But if you come stay at the domes, this will eventually be a nice little area where you can park your car. But this is also at the moment a nice shaded area which they selected to build the supports for the deck. Now we are building our decks in quite soggy ground, rice field land. So one of the things that we have absolutely not skimped on in any way is building strong foundations to make sure our dome tents don't sink into the mud. And this is how they're doing it. Now this is the feet here. So what will happen is that digger is going to start digging some pretty big deep holes. They're going to put some concrete into those holes to just give it a solid base. These then go into the bottom. Attached to them will be these columns here. This is the top of the column here. And if you go down and you can see these kind of tentacles coming out here, these are what will attach to the square feet. And then these will sit upright at a perfect 90 degrees angles. And then we just cover the whole thing in cladding and pour concrete into it. So we get these sort of very solid concrete feet and very solid concrete columns. The guys here are doing a fabulous job building these. This is a very traditional way, by the way, of building all kinds of construction in Thailand here. So if you're building any kind of house or factory, the way that they will do it is they will build these rebar feet and columns, and that becomes the foundation of your house. Our two villas were built in exactly the same way, and 7-8 years later we haven't seen any sinking of the house at all. So as a cheap, quick, efficient way of building houses go, it's pretty good and reliable. That's another column being finished, and here you can see another. Oops, let me just zoom out on that. Another foot here that's nearing completion as well. So this is going pretty good, pretty quick. Whenever you build and this is, you can see here, just how much they've managed to get done in a couple of days. Pretty good. This is the reverse angle, so you can see where the walkway is going to start. You can see our beautiful villas in the background, and if you come across here, this is the field. So not very beautiful at the moment, but we'll work on that. And now you can see the digger. Now he is digging the first two holes for our rebar columns. So let's have a quick look. Not very exciting, it's just a big hole. There you go, that's a big hole. So basically they're going to drop some concrete in that. The rebar feet then go in, and the columns, and we cement everything with concrete, and then we fill the sand back in again. And there he is. Second column over. This, by the way, is our lake. Now again, it doesn't look very beautiful at the moment, but we are going to landscape this and do something nice to make it look better. This, by the way, was not a natural lake. I think you can tell by the straightness of the edges. This was where we dug the soil out to raise up the land on which we build our villas to make sure, oh wow, big fish there, to make sure that our villas never flooded. And they have never flooded, so we just about got that right. But what we're hoping is that this will make a very nice, scenic and pleasant way of spending your afternoons, hanging out over a net bed with the water beneath you, which we're going to dye blue. Lots of fish swimming around, and hopefully it'll be very nice, relaxing. And you can see here we've got a really nice wind coming across this field at the moment, and we really hope this is going to be, whatever time of year it is, that you are going to have nice breeze across here to keep it cool and to keep it fresh. Show you the layout of the deck. You can see the two column sticks. So these are going to be the column where the column posts are going to go. The net bed is going to hang out over the lake, so hopefully that'll be very nice. And by the time we dye it blue and get some fish in there, it should be a nice experience. Then here you're going to have a 6x4 deck, so 24 square meters of outdoor space here, which will be for barbecuing, cooking, sunbathing. We're going to try and put a bath in, something like this. I think it'd be really, really nice. Now here, where these two gentlemen are standing, you can see the circular area where the dome is going to go. Now, it's always a little bit frightening at this moment, because I'm suddenly looking at it thinking, wow, is 7 meters big enough? But I'm sure it is, because I've checked all the floor plans. But we're hopefully into that space. Should feel big because it's a 4-meter ceiling, and you've got 40 meters of floor space. But we're going to try and fit in there a double bed, a bathroom, a kitchen, a little seating area, and a sofa bed. So looking at these sticks now, it does seem a bit small, but the sticks aren't the full 7 meters, because this is just where the columns are going to go, the center of the columns are going to go, so there is a bit more space around it. But it should be about 38 square meters of floor space, which I think is huge. Some of our bedroom suites are 40 meters. Sweaty crap! So that should be enough. So this is just to show you how deep our holes are going for the foundation. We're going about 1.5 meters down, and the reason why we're going that deep is because where the more solid clay soil is here. Above that, it tends to be a bit loose. Like you can see here, they've actually put in place one of the columns. I think they've done this just for heighting, and so they can get a measure and align everything else up with it. Now, what will eventually go, you can see, it's actually got a very square bottom to it, and in that will be eventually what will go in there will be the square rebar base, and then on top of this column will go, and then round the column what we'll do, we'll put wooden casing and then just pour concrete in and leave it there to set, and then on top of this will eventually go, fixed to this will be the metal frame of the deck for the domes. This is end of day 5, so the first day of construction, and we're feeling pretty good at the moment. As I say, we're much further ahead than we thought we'd be. Things seem to be progressing well. The rains seem to be holding off, so we've got time to do the stuff we need to do. And we're still in control of our budget, so far so good. But the real difficulty starts tomorrow, because today was just bringing materials and digging holes. Tomorrow we've actually got to start building stuff.